What is going on YouTube? Hater back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Now, specifically in today's video, we have quite some exciting news to discuss with you. As you guys remember back, I believe it was just yesterday I made a video, we pretty much talked about how the pump isn't over. We were actually starting to see in yesterday's episodes that the markets were actually starting to correct a little bit lower and start to pull back down, which is totally cool and pretty much expected, as most of these major cryptocurrencies were hitting overbought, as you guys can clearly tell by Ethereum. Ethereum rallied all the way up to retest and hit major resistance up here at 1571, and you can see we became overbought, which caused for a small dip and correction in price, which is now enabling us to continue to swing back up, which is quite exciting. It was expected that small dips are needed for us to rally up even higher, and we're going to go over that in a minute. Now, as you guys can see in yesterday's video, we clearly defined the fact that there are still breakouts that have been confirmed, and because these breakouts have been confirmed, this should allow us to overall, in regards to it's like midterm, not necessarily short or long term, but honestly in the next couple of weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, we should be able to swing back up to moving average levels. And I do believe that come tomorrow, which is quite crazy, I do believe we get GDP numbers for how well the second quarter was for the GDP, and if confirmed negative, that would declare us in a recession, which will definitely have some interesting opinions. Everybody's expecting that we're in a recession, and honestly, if we've been in a recession this whole time and it's confirmed that tomorrow we are in a recession, that's honestly, to me, it's good news. That means that we've already been in one and that it's almost over, because that means that we've started this recession January 1st of this year, which means we've been in it for 6 months already, and we should start to be heading back up, getting out of that recession, which is quite, it's quite good. That means we have July, August, September. That would be third quarter results, and if GDP is higher and not in a negative in the third quarter results, that means we're out of that recession quite quickly, which is definitely an exciting point and an exciting thing to be, which means we'd be out in 6 months, which is incredible, hopefully. Otherwise, we could definitely last up to a year, but regardless, that would mean that we're starting to get out of it, and when people hear that we're out of a recession, the markets will react very positively, which are already starting to do. As you guys can clearly tell, prices have now managed to break through on the S&P 500 above major resistance here, which it's exciting and it's scary at the same time for me, and hopefully you guys understand and have been watching my previous episodes. This is scary because we're outside of a major resistance level. You can see if I jump to the weekly, and the weekly is always going to be messed up. I don't know why it does this. It glitches out this the top, white band here. You can see this is ideally how I have the white band set up, this channel, but when I jump to the weekly, it messes it up, and sometimes, there it goes, sometimes it corrects itself like this. But as you guys can see, we've been trending inside of this for a very long time, since honestly 08, 09 here, we've been in this ascending channel, and as you guys can see right now, we're starting to break through this and kind of intertwine within the moving average. Typically, we don't stay below moving average for that long. It really does not stay below it that long. And I just want to give you guys a representation. Here we are. The last time we were below here, we had a few weeks of this sideways trading, or we were trending below the weekly moving average. We had 1, 2, 3, I'd say maybe 3 weeks of just negative trading below moving average here. This is back in 2018. Maybe we can extend it one more. We could say 4 bars or 28 days. So we had a month where we were trading below this moving average here. Now let's scale it forward again. We broke below it again in March of 2020, and we stayed below it for this was a little bit longer, but I'd say ideally we broke above it at about 8 to 9 bars. So let's say conservatively a month and a half. We were trending below it for a month and a half before we were able to break back above it. Now scale us forward. This is the longest point in recent history. We move it to here. We broke below that bar right about this point. And if we're not at 8 bars just yet, we're at 6 bars, about 42 days. So it appears that we're getting very close to that same time frame that we're in during the pandemic, which could mean we'd be outside very soon. So it almost makes sense that we're starting to correct back above this moving average, because typically we don't trend below the moving average. We typically stay above it, as you can see all the time in the past here. We can go back years. We're typically always above this weekly moving average, which is a good sign that we'll get back above here. It's only scary to me because we're trending outside a new channel here, and we're trending outside this resistance, which is just not something we're typically used to because we've been trading inside of it for so long. So lots of information to discuss. I'm going off on a tangent here, but today's video is brought to us by Over. As you guys can see here, Over is the future of the AR metaverse. Their decentralized digital layer enables Over users to create never-before-seen geo-localized experiences, and now it's your turn to stake a claim. As you guys can see here, they have lots of, it's basically tons of different, virtual reality lands. They've sold over 848,000 Over lands with 109 ongoing auctions and their own tokens. Lots of information will be at the end of today's video, the specific details, but as you guys can see here, Over is the decentralized infrastructure for the AR metaverse, merging the physical and virtual world through augmented reality, creating a new dimension where everything is possible. They even have their own app, which is also super cool. So you can become an NFT landowner, as you can see here, by staking your claim in the Over ecosystem, buying, selling, or even renting Over lands. Content creators who contribute to the metaverse can even unlock new and exciting opportunities to build and launch their own AR augmented reality experiences. So more information about Over will be at the end of today's video. Definitely make sure to stay tuned because as you guys know, they've seemed to have lasted their way through this bear market, which means they're here last. And if they've managed to build this in a bear market, that means when we start to get the bulls to come back, things are going to be pretty crazy. So more information, like I said, at the end of today's video. With that being said, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. Let's dive into today's episode. Now, I know I've gotten carried away, but there is lots to talk about, and hopefully you guys can understand that. Honestly, I'm glad I got rid of the whole intro that we used to have before because it just takes up so much important time. Those 10-15 seconds of an intro needs to be spent on crypto because of how crazy these markets are. And as you guys can see here, we're down about 5-6% overall. Honestly, we might actually be up. Let me refresh that. There we go. That looks a little bit better here. Everything is actually up, and you can see we're finally above $1 trillion. It was expected that we would get above here because it just didn't make sense for us to be below it for that long. You can see Bitcoin's up 4%, Ethereum's up 8%. We have things like BNB and XRP up 3.8%, 3.5%. It's all expected. And the reason we're starting to see these cryptos, we haven't bought into XRP just yet because we're still waiting for confirmation above major resistance here. But the reason we've been buying into these cryptos is because we've confirmed breaking above some major resistances. XRP we've kept on the back burner, which is unfortunate because that's what we talk about almost always here on the channel. But as you guys know, we've been in this descending channel here, descending triangle, and we've been trading fairly stagnant. Or sorry, we've been trending inside lower highs and higher lows. Sorry, lower highs and the same lows, same bottom. We've been filling in the gap here. And finally, we broke through it earlier than expected. Problem is, there is a major price ceiling here that until it gets broken through, we're not touching. Because very quickly, we could hit it and dump back downwards. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we move back up. We do have a target at about 50 cents here at a high for XRP and at least 45 cents here, but we're not going to know until we can confirm closing above this major resistance at 38 cents. We close closer to 39.40 cents. It's a good buying opportunity to leverage to the upside. Cryptos that have foreshadowed this is Ethereum, for example, which not only broke out of its major descending channel here, which was exciting, we had a triple bottom formation, a beautiful triple bottom formation being confirmed. We broke through neckline, and now we have a target right here. I mean, this is textbook triple bottom. I don't know how else to explain that. If I literally pull up triple bottom here, you can see exactly how this would look. We have a neckline, we have a formation. As you guys can see, minimum price target here. Neckline is above here. Let's say if they actually have neckline. Does it say it anywhere? Yeah, support neckline. So we have the downtrend. As you guys can see, we have 1, 2, 3 bottoms on support here. I think it's flipped. I think this is support, this is resistance. And then you can see the breakout range is the size of the downtrend, and it's confirmed once we break through neckline here. That's exactly what we did with Ethereum, textbook. We waited. We had original breakdown. We had the neckline here. We had 3 confirmations, 1, 2, 3 confirmations of, breakout or a bear market. And then as you guys can see here, this is the triple bottom. And then we're starting to run back to the upside. How high? Well, the same high that we fell. And as you guys can see, we're getting very close to that. We bought into this at 13.58. We're currently trading at 16.30 with a target range in between, I'd say an average 1860 to 1900 as a conservative trader. Bottom lowest, I believe, believe is going to be closer to 1738, Fetty Wap, if you know what that is. But yeah, around that target. So I find it very important that this is where we last. We do have stop losses being moved up. We're taking profits and moving the stop loss up, or putting in new trades on BitYard. So lots of interesting stuff to come here. Quite exciting to see that we've confirmed a triple bottom. Bitcoin as well is starting to confirm a triple bottom. You didn't miss out if you bought in already or haven't bought in and plan on buying in today. Definitely that's what I would do if it was me and I missed the past couple of days. But Bitcoin's going to do the same exact thing Ethereum did. Ethereum has a beautiful triple bottom run. Bitcoin is looking to do the same thing. We had our 1, 2, 3 confirmations of a triple bottom. We broke through neckline here, and now we're starting to rally up. There's a good chance target is at 30K, so very exciting here. S&P, it's only 8:40 a.m., but there's a very good chance we're also going to rally up higher, coming up to retest its moving average up here at about 4,100 points here. So very exciting. We'll see how that plays out. With that being said, guys, I do want to talk more about Over with you, though. I want to give a huge shout out to OVERTHEREALITY for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, by now you should be familiar with Facebook changing their name to Meta, short for Metaverse. And the Metaverse is an integrated network of 3D virtual worlds, and these worlds are accessed through usually a virtual reality headset, but in the eyes of crypto, it's multiple immersive virtual worlds with immense social and financial potential. Now you see, OVERTHEREALITY uses blockchain infrastructure and enables them to tap into the wider crypto economy, and this is making virtual items exchangeable for real economic value beyond the confines of the metaverse. Now by incorporating the immersive environments of virtual reality, the engaging playability of video games, the networked interactivity of social media, and the value exchange of cryptocurrency, metaverses are now aligned to become a central element in the next phase of blockchain games on the internet. You see, Over is the decentralized infrastructure for the metaverse, merging physical and virtual worlds through augmented reality and creating a new dimension where everything is possible. They even have developed an app on phones that people can use to enter into this metaverse. Now, it is a digital layer covering the entire globe, and it's composed of 1.6 trillion unique hexagons called Over lands. Now, lands can be purchased from the system with an auction and then traded and rented in a decentralized fashion. And Over land owners will be able to contextualize custom experiences related to specific geographic locations, from static 3D content to games, events, avatars, and any experience they dare to dream. This allows content creators to earn while building and publishing AR experiences. Over has already sold more than 847,000 lands, and the Over lands can also be purchased with BSC and Polygon, paying very few fees. Now, Over has also completely moved over onto the Polygon chain, which gives decentralization greater scalability and lower cost to users. The bridges from Ethereum to Polygon chain are also already available. And there are also several play-to-earn games in Over, such as Treasure Hunt, a Pokemon Go style game where $5,000 worth of NFTs can be won. Now, lastly, they have made important strategic partnerships, such as the Sandbox, KuCoin, Ninja Squad, Crypto Walkers, and a few others, and all of them have participated as partners in their play-to-earn, such as the Treasure Hunt game. There will also be contests for creators with big earnings, like $10,000 or more, attractive staking rewards, and frequent giveaways. You see, Over is absolutely open source, so make sure to check them out down in the description of today's video. Otherwise, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.